What's up you guys? In the last video, I talked to you about how I was able to get the opportunity to be an au pair in Spain. And in this video, I want to talk to you about my general experiences as an au pair in Spain. First of all, I just want to start with saying that my experience was absolutely amazing. I'm really happy that I did it, and I recommend for anyone who likes to travel, explore different cultures, explore something new, to take advantage of the opportunity to be an au pair while you're young, because it's a once in a lifetime experience and it's something that you can really learn from, really grow from, and just, you know, look back at when you're older and say, wow, that was a really great journey that I embarked on. I found my family on aupairworld.com. I can put the link in the description for you. I guess I want to talk about how important it is to prepare for your experience before you even get there. Of course, we all know that it's important to do research on the place that you're gonna go, the weather, and what type of clothing that you need to pack for. That's kind of, it goes without being said. But I want to talk more about how it's important to be prepared for the social and family life that you're gonna have when you're staying in your host country. Luckily, the family that I decided to be an au pair for, they had been au pair host in the past. They had like 4 or 5 au pairs before. So I was able to ask them for the contact information to the past au pair that they had. And luckily they gave it to me, and I was able to talk to her, reach out and ask her, to give me some advice on working with the kids, working with the family, and also how I could quickly integrate into the social scene and meet other au pairs that were in the city at the same time as me. So thankfully, she gave me all the right answers, and she was able to tell me about Facebook groups that the au pairs in that area were using. No matter what city you decide to go to, as long as it's like a fairly major or fairly big city, which most au pairs are attracted to in the first place, there is going to be a Facebook group dedicated to au pairs in that area. So that should be one of the first things you try to figure out, because that was like a big part of where my friends came from. And also do some research on couch surfers and see, what events are happening, couch surfing events that are happening in your area. That's what I did, and I was able to find out that, every Tuesday they met up at a local bar, which happened to be a bar that was like 2 minutes from my house. That was definitely a great way to get me out there and just connecting with people from the very beginning. Try to find out what the social network is looking like before you even get there, so that you can hit the ground running. I ended up having an absolutely amazing social life when I was there. I was meeting people and making friends with people from Germany, people from Czech Republic, people from Mexico, people from all over Europe, basically all over the US, and in different countries all around. So that was really, really amazing. It was popping, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I was going to the beach. We were having beach parties. It was really nice. I'm not even gonna lie. I definitely had my fair share of fun for the summer. That was probably one of the best summers of my life. Now I want to talk a little bit about, I guess, the nuances and the meat and potatoes of my experience with the family. So with my particular family, I got 60 euros every week, which doesn't sound like a lot because that equates to 50, 60 American dollars. But my room and board was taken care of. And by the way, I was lucky enough to get my own bathroom. Awesome. That was really great. My room and board was taken care of. My meals were prepared. I could eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the family if I wanted to every single day. So for me, the 60 euros went a long way. I worked as an au pair for 2 kids. The boy was 8 years old and the daughter was 12 years old. And the way it worked is that every day, Monday through Friday, I worked with them from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So around 8 a.m., we would wake up and I would prepare breakfast for them. I would just cut up pieces, slices of bread. I would toast it, and then I would put butter over it, and they would have a glass of milk. So every day that was breakfast. Maybe a little, piece of fruit on the side, but that was the extent of what preparing breakfast was like. We would eat breakfast together, we would talk, have conversation to better build their English abilities. And then after we had breakfast together, we would go into the next phase of the day, which was structured English tutoring. So the 8-year-old boy, I did tutoring with him for an hour and a half every single day, Monday through Friday. And then I did an hour of tutoring with the 12-year-old. So yeah, overall, it was a really good family experience for me. Yeah, I think I ended up being very lucky with that. And one thing I do recommend is if you can get a family that has had au pairs in the past and has references from those au pairs and contact information that you can use to reach out to the past au pairs to ask about their experience, you know, that's really amazing to have that. It makes you feel safer and more comfortable staying with that family. The family I stayed with, they were really laid back. They let me do whatever I want, really. You know, after 3 p.m., I was able to have a really good social life, and you know, they left the door open for me to kind of make the experience what I wanted it to be. So if I wanted to spend a lot of time with them on weekends doing activities and going to the beach with them, I could. But then other days, if I had plans with friends or if I wanted to just chill at the house, they were okay with that as well. So having a family that's flexible with how you spend your outside time, I think really makes a big difference in how your overall experience is going to be. One of the kids that I worked with was a teenager, and as we know, teenagers can have some attitude problems. They can be a little bit bossy, be a little bit rebellious. So there would be some times where she would try to rebel against me and like not want to listen to what I was saying, or have a comeback like, oh, well, my mom doesn't do it that way. Once again, I think it's very important to be very honest and have mature conversations, even with the kids. I had to sit down with her and tell her, like, look, you know, I'm not the past au pairs that you had. I'm not your mom. Everyone is different, and you're going to have to learn to work with different people. And, you know, yes, there are going to be some minor differences being with me, but you need to be open to those differences. And there would also be some times where I would have to tell her, look, you know, I'm the adult, and your mother is putting her trust in me, so you know, listen to what I'm saying. Don't try to go back and forth with me about what time we're gonna eat breakfast, or, you know, we would just get into disagreements about really silly things. Like one time I poured milk in her cup and it wasn't high enough, so she was like, oh, well, my mommy pours milk at the top of the cup for me. Like, why did you not pour enough milk for me? And don't be afraid about being too mean or like coming off as harsh, or, oh, the kids aren't gonna like me. Definitely stand your ground with the kids and let them know what you want to be the situation, and let them know that they can't run over you. Because actually at the end of my time with the girl, she told me, like, I really liked you because you didn't let me run over you, and you know, you were strong. Kids in general really do like when you put your foot down and let them know that you are the adult in the situation. It helps them to feel safer and more protected. So do not shy away from doing that. I'm not telling you to be like super mean and like harsh, but if there are situations, and you can usually tell if a kid is testing you. There's always going to be those instances at the beginning of your time being an au pair where the kid is going to test you to see how far they can go with you. But let them know at the very beginning, look, this is not what we're gonna do. And you don't have to argue with the kids or go back and forth with them about something. Just have a very real conversation with them. Sit them down and say, look, this is what I'm noticing. And honestly, doing that, especially for older kids, can really solve the problems. It can let them know that you're in control and that you expect them to act in a way that is respectful. Because if they know that this is what you expect, I think they're more likely to follow through and do those behaviors. That's a little bit about my experience with the family when I was an au pair in Spain, my social life, and you know, just making sure that I had a good quality time when I was there. Once again, it's really amazing, a really amazing experience for me, and I recommend it for anyone who's interested in learning about different cultures, countries, languages. And it's also a really budget-friendly way to experience the world, because the only thing I had to buy was my plane tickets. After I got to Spain, everything was taken care of for me, and I was able to live on a beautiful island basically for free. If you guys have any more questions, definitely ask ask them below and I will be sure to answer them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.